to week 7 of keyboard class. We're gonna start on page 36, and to review, we're gonna start with this. So this right here is treble clef, and it usually means that you're gonna use your right hand. This is bass clef, and it means that you are gonna use your left hand. So anytime you see this, you're going to use right hand. Anytime you see this, you're going to use left hand. And then these 5 lines right here and these 5 lines right here together are known as a staff. So there's 10 lines in total. 5 lines for your right hand, 5 lines for your left hand. And then notes would go on these lines. Okay, so to draw a treble clef, you would start with a J like this. I like to start from the bottom and draw a J going up. Then you draw a little P, and then kind of a G, and then curve it around the second line. It's really important that you curve it around the second line, and I'll explain why in a little bit. So let's try that again. So you draw a J, and then a P, the G, and then curve that around the second line. So this is the first line and this is the second line. Now to draw bass clef, you would draw a little curve around the second line from the top. So right here is the second line from the bottom, 1, 2. But from here is the second line from the top. So you would draw a curve, and then you would take that and draw it all the way down like that, and then you would draw 2 dots. So make sure you practice this at home. So this one, make sure you practice like drawing the treble and bass clef a couple times. Okay, so to start, keep in mind that treble clef and bass clef always start on the left of your staff. So if I see this right here, this area right here is like a swimming pool. And there's a note right here with a line through it, and that note is middle C. So this is how you find middle C. So if the note is written like this, it's for your right hand, but if it's upside down going this way, it's your left hand. And then in page 36, our first measure looks like this. Again, measure is the space between, so this would be measure 1, and this would be measure 2, and this would be measure 3. And so on. So in measure 1 we have C, C, C. So all these notes are the same because they're on the same part of the staff. So this is all the C, and this is a quarter note, so be 1 beat, 2 beats. And then this is a half note, so be on 3 and 4. And then so on. And these are 2 half notes, would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So on page 36, the song would sound like this. So you would put both thumbs on middle C. And now on the second line you switch to your left hand because now you're in bass clef. Yeah. Okay. So now let's look at page 37. We're going to learn how to find G. So that, as we just learned, this middle note right here is middle C. Okay, now in the treble clef, this curve, where the curve is, that's the second line. And that second line is always going to be G. So if I draw a note on that second line, right there, it's going to be G. Doesn't matter where I draw it on that line, but it's going to always be G. That's why it's important to draw that curve on the second line, because it always tells you where G goes. So, and this G, so this one right here is middle C. It would be, this G right here would be this one, right above middle C. So if I were to play the song, so notice how this song has no left hand because there's nothing in the bass clef. But it does have a repeat sound at the end, so you would play the whole thing through and then start back over and repeat. So this is what it would sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I would repeat it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's move on to the next page. Okay. So in this song, we see something that looks like this in our first measure. So if you see two notes right on top of each other, you would play those two at the same time together. And then see how this note right here is on that second line where that curve is. So that's how you know it's G. And this one's just in the middle of the treble clef and bass clef. That's how you know it's C. So let's try this out. So I would play the first measure together. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this song does not have left hand at all. Okay. Now let's move on to page 39. And on page 39, we have, this is what the song looks like. Let me draw it out. Okay. So this would be played in your left hand, and this will be played in your right hand. Okay, so here we have C and C in left hand, and then we have G. And then down here, we have C, 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 and then up here we have G, G, G. Right? And see how these are on like the same, they look like they're together. So you would play the C, C, and then G. So this is technically beat 1, 2, and then 3, 4. So C would go on beat 1, and this would be on 2. The G would go on 3, 4. And then over here, we also have 1, 2, 3, 4. And so the C and G would be played at the same time. You play this G in your right hand and the C in your left hand on the same time on this beat right here. So this would be 1. You would play the second one on 2, and the last one on beat 3, 4. So just the first two measures would sound like this. So I would start with my left hand. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So wait, before you start, find your keys. So 3 would be on middle C, and then finger 3 on your right hand will be on G. So this is what your hand will look like. And then that's the first two measures would sound like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you would play these together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you would keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. Please let me know if you have any questions.